The next thing we want to get into is the the Foot Locker shootings. So, 4 people ended up in a shooting. I think 2 of them died, and then later on, someone else turned himself in. But let's jump directly into that so we can see what's happening. This is in Detroit now. This is in Detroit.
East Point.
Yeah, right now, police are investigating a shooting outside of a Foot Locker that's happening on East 8 Mile. That's where we find Fox 2's Camille Amiri live on the scene. And Camille, I understand you just spoke with police. What's the latest?
Yeah, we did just get a briefing from police to find out that 4 people, a total of 4 men, have been shot. 2 of them have died, one here on the scene and another one at an area hospital, and then the other 2 victims taken to area hospitals. Take a look at some video. Still a very active scene. This happened about 10 till 3 at the Foot Locker in East Point on East 8 Mile, and Kelly, as you said at the beginning of the newscast, just a horrific situation. Police say that there were 2 groups of people, the victims and the suspects.
Now you can see, I don't know if you saw that, but let's back it up just a tad. You see all them shells on the ground? That's what they're marking right now with all the evidence. But you see all them shells? Letting loose, boy. Let's keep going.
Say that there were 2 groups of people, the victims and the suspects, and that there was some kind of argument in the parking lot. Again, broad daylight. We're told that the victims were going to shop for shoes, as many people are doing right now as the weather warms up on this day. And somehow the suspects, we don't know how they got involved, but we are told that they are known to each other. And of course, now police looking for the suspects. Again, 2 people deceased, 2 people right now in area hospitals. Take a listen to what police said just a very short time ago.
We're still looking for a suspect. Suspect has not been identified this time, but we do not believe that there's any danger to the public because we do not think this was random. These 2 groups of people knew each other, and it appears that's what the fight started from, previous disagreements.
So right now, police not identifying publicly the victims. We do know that they are men in their 20s. We did speak briefly to the father of the man who is here. He is obviously distraught, has no words to put in this grief, and just a horrible situation. I don't know how anyone, could put anything into words, but he did confirm to us that it was his son. So right now, of course, police still on the scene working this. Again, suspects still out there, and still a very active police scene here in East Point. Reporting live, Camille Amiri, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, Camille, it sounds like it's a really sad situation. Absolutely terrible here, but a lot of moving parts, multiple parties plus suspects. Do we know if the people who got involved in the shooting here were associated with one of the groups, or were they independent of that?
They're still all trying to figure this out. And again, there's people inside the shoe store that can't leave because this is a crime scene and they can't take their cars out. We've heard that people saw.
I'll be sick. Well, you just trying to go to Foot Locker to get you some shoes. Shooting happens. You are in the store. You duck down. Now you're stuck into the store to the police investigation, and you can't leave. You can't take your car. You can probably leave the store, but your car. That means you got to get an Uber. Somebody got to pick you up. Your car is there until they remove the tape, and I don't know how long that's going to take. Jesus, but Jesus.
This, that they witnessed, that there's video cameras, and also too just absolutely horrific, and I hate to even bring this up, but there were people taking pictures and video when the victim was laying there on the ground, and that is how the dad found out that it was his son. We had one woman offer to show us the picture. I absolutely didn't want.
That is crazy. We are at this point, we are too desensitized to violence. There's no way you record while somebody's just lying there dead. It's a cold world we live in, boy.
want to see it. It's just, and he's still here. Obviously, medical examiners have to come, but the victim, one of the fatal victims, is still here, covered up, obviously. But it's just these scenes. I mean, Hillary, we've covered so many of these over the years, but they're so hard to see the grieving relatives and for people to try to figure out if that's their relative. And it's just a horrible, horrible, sad situation. Should have never come to this.
It absolutely is horrible, and we feel for all of the victims involved in this, and frankly for you too, having to be there and deal with the immediate aftermath of that intense emotion and folks wanting to show you just the fallout from it. So thank you so much for being there. Camila Mary live for us tonight.
Thank you.
Now, that is insane. Now, I have another video dealing with the same situation. It seems a woman turns herself in from this shooting. So let's jump right into that so we can get the full picture of this whole situation.
Also, new developments today following a shooting that killed 2 people and injured 2 others outside the Foot Locker store over the weekend.
Yeah, investigators have confirmed a suspect has turned herself in. Fox News' Camila Miri has the story.
Monday afternoon, a 19-year-old woman turns herself in to East Point police, accused of shooting 4 men in front of the Foot Locker store on 8 Mile Saturday afternoon.
You just have a whole total community impacted again by another act of senseless violence.
2 of the men died from their injuries, one of them on the scene, the other at a nearby hospital. Investigators say the violence started out as a disagreement between 2 groups of people who knew each other, a fist fight, and then gunshots.
We are lucky that no innocent bystanders.
So it always start out with a fist fight. Somebody get mad because they lose in the fist fight, and someone's gonna pull out a gun. People don't want to get their butt whooped no more. It's crazy. People are scared of getting fought, scared to get into a fight and losing, getting put it up on social media. All that plays into a factor, but. Let's keep going. Finish up.
Got hit by a stray bullet. We are very lucky that bullets didn't enter the store and hit people who were just coming to shop.
People need to learn how to talk things out before coming out into the community and coming out here creating situations like this.
All the men shot young, in their 20s and 30s, according to police. The deadly shooting leaving a path of emotional destruction.
I think that right now we need to be more proactive with respect to the issues and the things that we're getting involved with to the young men and women out here.
In East Point, Camila Mary, Fox 2 News.
Now, let me do a quick search and see if I can actually find the suspect. Let's do a quick search because they mentioned that they found a suspect. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Get this one up. Oh man, that was shot. Let's get this one up. Let's look at this.
A man that was shot outside an East Point Foot Locker is now facing charges.
21-year-old DeJuan Taylor faces tampering with evidence and gun charges. The shooting happened May 3rd at the Foot Locker on East 8 Mile near Kelly at the Detroit-East Point border. Police say Taylor and his 19-year-old sister got into some sort of fight with another group. They say Taylor's sister went to get her gun when her brother was getting jumped and started shooting. 2 people died and another was hurt. Investigators say Taylor picked up his sister's gun and took off from the scene. Taylor's bond is set at $250,000, and he must wear a GPS tether, if released.
Like they just mentioned, he was getting jumped. I don't know how that would look, but maybe he's getting jumped and feared for his life, and his sister feared for his life, and she pulled out a gun and shot. They might have, I don't know for sure, they might have been able to get away with self-defense. I'm not too sure, but I know if a group of men jumped on me and I'm fearing for my life, I am going to reach for my firearm. But it all turns on if you fear for your life. And it's crazy. It's crazy. 2 people are dead. All over a disagreement, but what's no more one-on-one fights no more? We're getting jumped is crazy. No more one-on-one fights. But all right, everybody, remember this is AC Reviews, the word. Remember